Together, we build.
Together, we build a brighter future.
Together, we build stronger neighborhoods.
Together, we build opportunity.
Together, we build stability.
Together, we build joy.
Together, we build hope.
It was Friday, May 8th, 2015. We were over on the west side, or the east side of Des Moines. We had 130 volunteers coming together. It was day 4 of our Raise the Roof. We were working to blitz build and frame in 5 houses in a week in one city block. For me, it was a different moment that, for words that I always knew and had spoken many times, I had a different feeling with those. It was bringing people together truly builds hope. I should know it well. It's been a part of Habitat's mission for a long time, putting God's love into action, to bring people together, to build homes, communities, and hope. That day, that spring day, it was a cool, sunny day. And as all these volunteers gathered around a circle, we were doing our meet and greets, our traditional way that we're letting people to be welcomed and know what's coming on for their day of volunteering. And then we were doing that, and we had one of our future home buyers, that was going to buy one of the 5 houses, Yada, was there to greet the volunteers. Yadip had spent the last 2 days working side by side with the volunteers, helping to build his own house, doing his partnership hours. And Yadip went to share with the volunteers. He's originally from Bhutan. And then he said that he had been in a refugee camp for nearly 20 years. For nearly 20 years, he'd been fenced in. He had to ask permission to leave, and he had to ask permission to come back in. For nearly 20 years, he had to stand in line twice a day for rations, for breakfast and for dinner. And Yadip said along the way that some days he wondered, is life worth living? Hope came back as Yadip's family found out that they were going to be able to come to the United States and resettle and create a new life. And they came to Des Moines to build a new life, and there was the excitement and the opportunity to be able to do that. And then Yadip shared, it wasn't easy. A new culture, a new language, had to learn how to drive, and then trying to figure out how to find a job that could put a roof over his family's head and to be able to make ends meet every month. Hope faded. Again, Yadip asked, is life worth living? And after he shared this with the volunteers, he looked at the 130 volunteers and he said, you're the answer. You're the answer to the question. Your time, your caring, you making it important to come help build my house, help my family. He said, that's the answer to the question. For me, it was a different moment of feeling what it meant, people coming together to be able to build hope. In that moment, there was a deeper understanding that these volunteers weren't just raising a roof. They were building hope. The house is a structure. It's just a vessel. that carries hope forward. And hope's what carries us all. That day, those 130 volunteers came together to raise the roof, and each one of them carried hope forward. Each one of them was an ambassador of hope. We'll fast forward to today, 2025. What a year it's been. Ambassadors of hope are everywhere and helping us. This year includes more than 8,000 volunteers, hundreds of individual donors, and corporate sponsors, grant funders, city partners, Restore donors, and Restore customers, all ambassadors of hope. If you shared your time, talent, and treasure with Habitat for Humanity, thank you. Thank you. Together, as we come towards the end of the year, we'll be moving 44 families this year to home ownership. 44 families, yeah. Families that include 95 children. That's 95 children with a stable home their family can afford. Children who are more likely to graduate from high school and 116% more likely to graduate from college. With your help, Habitat for Humanity builds and renovates these homes, finances these homes, 44 homes. The value of these homes is $11 million. Habitat's model, the families pay what they can afford. That means with Habitat financing, partners, some of them in this room that come in behind us on there, those families will repay $7.8 million to be able to help the next families to be able to have homes. And then it's the community and you that step in to help us cover the difference. So whether it's an individual gift or a house sponsor, a corporate sponsor, a city partner, or other partners, you help us to be able to cover the difference to be able to make those 44 homes possible. Our 2025 homeowners, they are really our workforce across central Iowa. They represent our community. Our home buyers this year include 3 teachers, 2 members of the Iowa National Guard, 7 who are working hard so when you hit that button online order, that your package shows up the next day on your doorstep. 1 police officer, 1 forklift operator, 1 of our family members works for a farm implement dealer, 1 in a nonprofit, 8 in manufacturing, building windows and storm doors, plastic parts, truck accessories, and tractor tires. 3 work in big box stores, 5 in food production, 3 custodians. Many of our home buyers work in healthcare, in a hospital setting and home health care. They're taking care of the people you love. 1 in construction, and 1 auto mechanic. These are the people that make Central Iowa's economy go. And now they can live here affordably in a home of their own. And that's not all. There's more for 2025. Our home preservation program will complete repairs on nearly 200 homes this year, helping people to stay and remain safely in their homes. Our mortgage consultations and counseling will help 500 households better understand where they are on their mortgage readiness. And our Habitat Restores, more than 350,000 visitors, shoppers will come through the doors. And that helps our mission and funding our mission. It's this year it'll be somewhere close to equivalent of 20 Habitat homes. Together, all of you, the community, all of us, are building homes, communities, and hope. I'd like to share one final story this evening. It's the story of John. John's a senior, lives alone. He's been in his house many years. That house has meaning for him. It's where his memories are. It's his independence. John called Habitat for Humanity and asked if we could help with repairs. our home preservation navigator, Chelsea, she responded. She went out to visit John, help him finish out the application, see how we could best serve and work with John. When she arrived, he was in his garage with his TV on and his chairs lined up. And Chelsea said, that's his spot. It was like his retreat and where he could hang out. She said it was kind of like a guy garage. John invited her in, and she had a seat. And they sat there quietly watching TV for quite some time. Slowly, John opened up and shared a little bit. And it had been some time when he first reached out to Habitat for Humanity. And he shared that since then, and more recently, that he had become a victim of elder fraud. That he had lost his savings. And he didn't know what to do right after that happened, and he fell into despair. And when he was in that despair, and actually what he shared with Chelsea was that at times he thought that maybe he didn't want to go on. And when he was in that despair, as he was working through that, he got a call. That call was Chelsea. Habitat wanted to help. It had been quite some time since John had reached out to Habitat, and he had kind of forgotten that he had reached out to us. And so that call, what John heard, was more than repairs. What John heard was hope. It was fuel for his spirit. It changed his trajectory. John worked with Habitat, and today we're able to say he's got new siding, new gutters. He's soon going to have a fully accessible bathroom. And it gave him a different perspective with the hope. It reignited his hope to be able to live safely and independently in his home and in his guide garage that he loves. Each of you help Habitat to be able to have an impact and are ambassadors of hope. Volunteers, funders, city partners, Builder Circle members, house sponsors, corporate sponsors, individual gifts, all of you are ambassadors of hope. When you reach out as an ambassador of hope and join with Habitat, through your example, you inspire others. You create hopeful environments. And you get to celebrate with homeowners on their journey to their dream and reaching home ownership. You all are ambassadors of hope. As we look forward to 2026, it's going to be even brighter. We need folks to join with us. We need ambassadors of hope. In 2026, we're looking forward to kicking off 48 townhomes at Walnut Crossing in Waukee. We're looking at our aging at home and leaning in farther and finding ways that we can better serve the Johns, that we can do more on helping folks in aging in place. And when we think about those that are trying to find pathways to be the first generation home buyer, our Blueprint to Home Ownership program is finding additional avenues for people to be able to reach home ownership. This is just a small part of what's going to happen in 2026. Join us. Be a part of it. Together, we build a brighter future. Together, we build stability, self-sufficiency, and joy. Together, we build hope. Together, we build hope. join us. Come join us. We are thankful for this room. We're thankful for all the supporters that help make a difference with Habitat for Humanity. Again, congratulations to our Key Award winners. A shout out to our Gold Hammer Scholarship winners, and just those are children of Habitat homeowners that grew up in their home, and just shout out for what they're doing and their future and the hope that they're creating. We're thankful for all of you spending your time with us this evening and being a partner with Habitat for Humanity. This concludes our evening. God bless to each one of you. Thank you.